Remarketer, empowering realtors.
Good morning, and thank you very much for joining me today. I do apologize for a couple of minutes of delay. Hope everybody is doing well, and we're going to be doing an interesting session today. Hopefully, I'm going to be talking about building custom pages on your website. So your website comes with a lot of built-in pages that come as default on the system, and some of them you have some capacity to change and customize, and some you don't. However, you do have a full-fledged custom page builder available on your system, which I'm going to talk about today, and I'll show you how you can build pages that are, completely custom from scratch. So previously, I have had sessions on custom pages where I've showed you the capabilities and the tools that are available within the custom pages. I'll try this time around to go a little bit deeper into some more advanced configuration of these features and tools that are available for the custom page. All right, so let's go ahead and check things out. Perfect. All right, so um, obviously for building custom pages, you're going to be heading down to website design down at the bottom here and click on custom pages. So this is basically your previously built custom pages. If you haven't done this already, you won't have any pages available here. But you're going to be able to click on Add New, which we're going to be doing momentarily, and build custom pages. There's no limits. You can build as many as you want. Right now, I have 63 custom pages available on this account, most of which are tests and stuff that we've been playing around with over the years. But you can start building these custom pages as well. So there are four columns here, which you can see: the title of the custom page, the link of the custom page, whether it's branded or not. I'll explain that to you and I'll show that to you, and the date it was created. We've got actions, which is edit, view, clone, and delete. So basically, edit allows you to edit the page. View allows you to view the page as a final draft. Clone allows you to copy the page. So if you want to, alter the page a little bit as a separate one, you can just simply clone it and then change the clone copy. So, for example, you have a landing page about, let's say, Richmond Hill detached properties, and then you want to change the same. You want to build the same one for, let's say, Aurora detached properties. So, basically, you want to create the same thing, but you want to, slightly change some of the settings on that. So you can easily clone it and create another version as well. And obviously, the last option here is delete. So this is what you have on the page. As you can see here, the title can be anything, but the link starts with /page. So that's how custom pages are distinguished. So basically, how this would load is that it's your domain, whatever it is, www.yourdomain.com/page/ the rest of it. It could be the name, the title, or it could be something else. But they all start with page. These are all the custom pages folder. That's where the folder for custom pages is um, held. All right. So let's go ahead and click on Add New, where we can create a new page here. So the Add New button is going to open up a new tab for you. On this tab, you have a few elements of configuration over here, a few elements over here, and a few elements down here. I'll explain to you what each one of these is. All right. So at the top right-hand side, this is the first thing that you need to configure is the page settings. So under page settings, you have several different things, one of which is mandatory and you have to have it. And that is the page title. The page has to have a name. You cannot save a page without a name, right? I'm not going to add anything right now, and I'll show you later that the save option is not going to work unless you have a name. So deliberately, I'm going to leave this blank right now so that you'll see that later on. But this is what I would suggest you do first. So you put in your first your page title first. Now, once you put the page title, let me say testing, whatever, this can be used for the page link as well, but you can change it afterwards if you want to change the text. So we're going to do all of that together so you can see uh, that. Now, the page title and the page description, these are two important aspects of the page, especially when it comes to search engine optimization on this page here. So if I do a quick Google search, let's say I search for, let's say, outdoor furniture. Okay. So whatever I'm searching for, what you will see here in terms of search results are two elements, the page title as well as the page description. Every outcome has the same page title, which is this, and then the page description, which is down here. Click read more, and it's going to take you to the page there, right? Title, description. This is the title, this is the description. Same here, title, description. So this plays a crucial role in how your page is displayed in search engine results. So it's important for you to think about this a little bit. Just, don't go and put in codes and things that are not understandable. You see, it plays a crucial role in the user choosing where to click, right? So patio furniture, outdoor and exterior furniture. So it's exactly explaining to you what you would be getting if you click on this note here. So modern outdoor patio furniture, outdoor and patio furniture. So these are all pertaining to the search inquiry, and together with the description of the page, you're going to have a better chance of influencing the users to click on your link rather than all the other links out there. All right, so that's how a search engine works, and that's what you would need to configure right over here. So page title, page description, and page description, as you saw in my example right here, is just about 2 lines maximum. So you're thinking about 2 to 3 sentences max for the page description here, but make it thoughtful. So think about what the title of the page would be. It would be a descriptive title for what the content of this page is going to be, as well as a description, which is again going to be explaining a little bit further in terms of what the content of the page is going to be. Underneath, you can select what the branded version, whether the page is branded or not. Well, I'm going to demonstrate that to you later. Whether you would want to include the title bar or not. Whether the page width is, a boxed width, so you have a little bit of white space on the sides, or you want to have full width page built here. You then have a page featured photo that you can add in here as well. So if I take a page, if I copy the URL and share it on social media, there is going to be like um, a featured image used for the post. If you want to control that, usually the system uses one of the pictures on the page, but if you want to control that, you can specify the page featured photo there as well. All right, so we have this content available here. CSS, I wouldn't go there. This is mainly for programmers who would want to um, add design elements to the page that are not included with the website. And JS stands for JavaScript. So if you have any scripts that need to run on this page, we can add those JavaScripts here as well. So these are the two more um, technical uh, tabs that would be used for would be used for by programmers pretty much. But that's the page settings for you. Once you have the page setting available, then you're going to be able to save it. I didn't put anything in here. We're going to get back to this later on. All right, on the left you have the grid system. So this is how you can pretty much configure the layout of your website, of your web page, pretty much. So if you want a single column uh, uh, um, divider on your page to include a content, text, pictures, forms, etc., you would use this one. If you want a double column divider, so you would have, let's say, for instance, a picture beside a set, a script, for example. Or if you want a double column, but you want a smaller picture with more space for the text, for instance, here, or vice versa. Or if you want three different elements, let's say you want to have three videos alongside each other, or if you want to have four elements, let's say I want to have four buttons and call to actions next to each other down here. So all of these will enable you to configure the layout of your web page. So before you begin, it's great if you have an imagination of what your page is going to look like, and from there you're going to be able to set these and uh, set the layout of the picture. So right now we're going to have one element at the top, full width, and then we have two elements next to each other, and then we have another two, which one is smaller, the other one is larger space-wise. Then we have three elements underneath, and then four elements underneath that. Now, what do we mean by elements? Those elements are these HTML elements that we have down here. So for instance, at the top, if I want to have text, I will add an HTML, well, the text element to that section. If I want to have a picture here, besides some further text, I can add the elements accordingly. So we can see it's pretty easy. It's just drag and drop. If you want to have a form in here and then you want to have a QR code in there, you can add those in here, so on and so forth. So it's pretty much um, uh, drag and drop of elements, which we are going to configure afterwards. Each one of these can be configured separately. All right, so you see that I can configure each one of these separately here. All right, now the number of elements available on your account could be different. Some of these are available in the Webmaster Package subscription. Some of them are only available to Business Master subscriptions and Lead Master subscribers. So if you don't see some of these here, those are reserved for higher tier packages. So we're going to go through all of them and I'll show you everything that we have. So let me go ahead and delete these. And we're going to go one by one. All right. I'm just going to get rid of all the clutter so we can go. Okay, let's start from the top. I have a one column element here with some text in here. So basically, this is going to be the way that I will be editing this. For every element, HTML element, you have three buttons available. The first one is the edit button where you can go ahead and change the text, for instance, here. The second one is the move element, so where you can move it to different partitions, for example. And then finally, the delete. For the partitions, you have a copy like that, which makes a copy of it, move, which moves it around, and then a delete. So if you delete a partition, it also deletes your HTML element that was within it as well. So remember that. Okay, so let's start again. I'm just going to add a partition full width column, and I'm going to add the text HTML element. So let's say this is going to be the title of my page. I'm going to add a title here. All right, now, obviously, just like we have this available for um, many other tools in our system, you have the Help Me Write button right up here, which can help you write using the AI, embedded AI bot that's connected here. So, for instance, here, I would like to have some content for a landing page. All right. So, this is going to be um, the description of the topic you wish to write about. You just describe that. So we're going to say, um, uh, let's say, um, let's say we want to build a landing page that promotes the city of Vaughan. So, um, city of Vaughan, a great place to live and work. All right. So you can set the tone. You can select the maximum length. Let's say I want to have one sentence, or if you want to have two sentences, for instance. Let's say I want to use emoji, um, and I'll submit. So basically, what it does is that it submits it to the AI, and I have uh, this now available. I can just change it, or I can submit it again, or I can use it. So there it is. I've used it. So now I can format it. Let's say I want it to be centered, and I want this to be heading 2. So I want it to be a bigger uh, text there. So I can easily format this like that. And then I can click apply changes. Now, as I mentioned, we're going to go a little bit further in terms of uh, understanding each one of the elements here. Now, the other two tabs that you have here are cell settings as well as row settings. So each one of these two have two elements here. So basically, here you have a margin, so you can set the margins. Right now, you have the defaults here, which basically shows you that this cell, which is this cell right here, has no border margins. However, it has a padding of 15 pixels from the sides, 30 pixels from the top, and 25 pixels from the bottom. So basically, that determines the space that this has from the top of the column, the bottom of the column, the left and the right of the column here. So if you want to squish it a little bit further, you can add these paddings. For example, let's say I want to add this up to 40 pixels from left and 40 pixels from right. And then I can apply changes. You might just have seen it. It basically changes the space between the cell border as well as the elements border here. So basically, it can change that. Let me just change this back to 15. Mm, Focus on this line right here. I'll apply it. See, it moved. All right. So now I have to explain to you, most of the changes that you make are fully visible when you launch the web page. It's not properly visible here, especially where scripts have to run. So none of those are going to run in this environment here. This is where we basically just put in our content, and then once we launch the website, that's when we should go in and fine tune things a little bit. All right, you can set a background color. Let's say if I want to have a background color here, I can do that and apply the background color here. So now I have a dark color. Let's say I want to change the color of my text here. So I can just select this And I can change the color to, let's say, white. Apply. See? Now it looks like that. All right, so you have the background color in here as well. Then you have the row settings here too. So again, we have the margin. This one is for the full row. This one is for just one cell. This one is for the full row here. You can also set background color for the full row if you want to. So it would be the same thing in this case because there's only one column, which is one row, one cell. But if you have this one, for instance, the divider, you have one row, but you have 1, 2, 3, 4 cells. So you can have you can change these cells individually, or you can apply the same formatting using this tab to the whole row. So again, you can have background colors. Now the CSS class is again, something a little bit more technical, so I'm not going to get into that. But you can also set a background image. So, for example, if you want to have an image instead of just simply a shade here, you can change the image here. So let's say I want to select this image, and I can apply that, and that basically applies a an image on the background. Obviously, I had to remove the background color here to make it transparent so that you could see the image. All right. So under row settings, you can set a background image. All right. So now you know about the text element. All right. The picture element is pretty straightforward as well. So let's say I want to have a section here with a picture on the left and a little bit of text on the right. Um, all right. So I drag and drop the picture. I can then go ahead and select, sorry, let's go back to settings, select a picture. So these are my pictures that I have uh, uh, uploaded. If there's a new picture that I want to upload, I can drag and drop it over here, and I can upload a new picture as well. All right. So let's say, for instance, I want to use um, this picture here. All right. Now, once you add the picture, you need to select the picture. There are certain things that you can configure on the pictures. So firstly, the width of the picture. So this is showing you 100%. So that's 100% of the width of this um, cell right here, right? If I apply that, you can see that it fills the width of the cell. If I change that to, let's say, 50% and apply it, see now it's filling only 50% of the width of this cell. So that is basically, you can select how much of the space available to this object within the cell you want it to occupy in terms of the width. You can also do the same thing with the height. So you can select for the picture to fill the space available, but from the height point of view. All right. After that, you can add an image title. Again, this is a very search engine optimization technicality. If you want to add titles to your images, that helps with search engine optimization. So I'm going to call it one um, latest listings or whatever. All right, or properties. So it's good to give your pictures a title. Again, a title that's relevant to the content of the page. That, again, helps connect the image to that content, which is good for SEO. Link is basically if you want to hyperlink the image so people can click on the image and go somewhere. So if you want to link the image, you just paste the URL to which you wish for it to point to. So you can basically just point the link uh, to, let's say, another page on your website. So for example, let's go to your website. This is your website. Let's say we want to take them to search, right? So that's the URL. I'm just going to copy the URL. And I will paste it here. So that's the link. So now this image has a hyperlink. The target determines whether you want the link to open in a new window or in the same window here. So let's say we want to start from a blank window. You'll see how that works. And then the direction is basically responsive, center, left, or right. So that's how where you want this to be positioned here. So if I want to make this 50%, apply, and then I want to change the position to center, this basically brings the image into the center of that space right there. All right. Responsive is the best one because no matter what the size of the screen is, it basically responds to whatever space it has available. All right. So now you know about that. We've got the same thing here, cell listings and row settings in here as well. Yet again, you can change the content here. And let's say I want to have a button added to the bottom here as well. So we have some content here, and then we have a button. Now the button has its own set of configurations. Let's go back to the settings. We have the label, what it says on it. So let's say contact us now. That's what it's going to be. And then we have the link. So let's say I want to connect this to my website's contact form. There it is. So I will take the URL, go back here to page builder, and I will paste the link right there. So that's the URL. Then you can format the button here. You can set different styles. These are basically giving you different styles of the button. I would go with default, which gives it your website's color settings. The size, if you want it to be large, if you want it to be, default size, small, or even a mini thing there, you can configure that. You can set it as a block. You can set it as active or disabled, so they won't be able to click on it, which obviously we don't want to do that. So just block, let's say. Or you can add it custom width, height, font size, padding top. So all of that information can also be done in pixels, obviously. It has an ID and CSS class, which we're going to talk about later. Each element has its own ID in case you want to refer to it, which I will give you an example. All right, so we have this button here as well. Okay, now, before going into the rest of the elements, which I will go through faster, I want to show this page to you. So if I want to save it now, you see it doesn't work. So for that, it's because I don't have the title yet. I'll give it the title. And if you want to have a description, just keep the same as default. And now I want to save it. See, it generated the HTML for me, and I can now save this page. Let's go back to this other tab that we have open here, and I'll refresh it. So there it is. We have Vaughn properties. This one's been added in here. So if I want to view it, I can just click here and view. There it is. That's my landing page right here. Let me quickly change some settings here. Let's go to website config. I don't want the sticky header. Save. Oops. Refresh. Great. All right. So now let me quickly show you about these. Let's go back to the settings. Page settings. Do you want it to be branded? No. This time I don't want it to be branded. Save and save. All right, let's go back to the page. Now, branded means take away all my branding here. So let's refresh. Now, the website does not have any branding at the top. So it's just it standing on its own. It's not part of your website anymore. People can't, click and browse away from here. This is a landing page on its own, especially for certain events and certain variations. It's, where you want people to only focus on the content of this and not do anything else, then this would be good. However, if they click on the button that you have, it will take them to the contact form on your website, as you see. Or if I want to click on this picture here, you see, it opens a new tab and it takes me to search right there. So these are the settings that we built over there. Let's go back to page settings, make it branded again. This time, I don't want the title bar. Let's leave it there so you see it first. So let's refresh. It's back. We have the branding. We have a title bar here as well. If you don't want to display this title bar, all you need to do, here, page settings. I don't want to see the title bar. Save it, refresh. You have the branding, but no title bar. So you start off right here. So these are all based on what your preference is. You can set that as well as the page width as well. All right. Now take a look at the rest of the tools here. We saw the button one. The code is if you want to embed um, a an external widget onto your page here, you could use the code. So if you want to bring in the code for embedding that, you just need to copy and paste the code over here and apply the changes, and that's that. I don't have anything right now to demonstrate to you, but this is for external tools here. You can add a form to your website. So let's go ahead and add this form right here. All right. And then you can configure the form. The only thing that's mandatory on the form is the email address. They have to have an email address, but everything else is optional. You can say, all right, I want to get the first name, I want to get the last name, I want to get the phone number, but it's not required. I don't need the address, I don't need the city, I don't need the postal code, I don't need the date of birth. Leave a message section here as well. You can tag the form so that when someone submits this form, the contact is automatically created in your contact manager. However, you can also tag that contact as well. So you know that that contact came from this form. So you can tag this as, let's say, Vaughn. So if anybody fills out this form on your page, they're going to be tagged as Vaughn as well. So you know that they came from the Vaughn um, landing page here. Uh, if you want to the page to redirect to another page after they submit the form, you can put in the URL of that page over here. And finally, you can go ahead and apply to save the form here. So that's a form integrated with your CRM, and you can add these forms to your web page as well. You can embed a YouTube video or a YouTube gallery. So let's try that. I'm going to add this and drag and drop a YouTube video. It's pretty simple. All you need to do is to add the URL of the YouTube video right here. Let me bring in a YouTube video. So for example, let me find something. Give me a second. I'll just search for news. All right, let's say this is my YouTube video. It's just an ad here, but I don't care. All I need to do is to copy the URL, go back here, paste the URL, and apply. So I have the video available here. So that's that easy. If you want to embed a video gallery, that's a little bit different. So there's a set of instructions for you here, how you can embed a video gallery. So basically, there are two options here. If you want to embed a channel, a YouTube channel, or if you want to embed a playlist, right? So there are two different things on YouTube. So if we go back, let's say here, so you might find some playlists, um, or some channels. So for instance, here, if I go to this channel here, this would be my channel. So I can embed a channel on my custom page here. Or I may have some playlists. These are playlists that I can add to um, my custom page right here. And this is your um, instructions here. All right. So for instance, if you want to embed a channel, find your channel's user ID and channel ID. Sign in. So for that, you need to sign into YouTube. Click your profile picture in the top right corner. So it needs to be your own. You can't take somebody else's here. So that's my profile picture at the top right corner right here. Let's go back to home. All right. So here we have the top right corner. Then and select settings. From the left menu, select advanced settings. Your user ID and channel ID will be displayed. So we go here. Settings. And then we go to advanced settings. And then these are my IDs here, which I can copy and use. So you must be signed in as the channel's primary owner to be able to see that. If you want to get a playlist ID, sign into YouTube. From the left menu, select playlists. Under playlists, click the playlist to open its page. Copy the URL from your browser's address. So if I go here, if I go to my YouTube, I've got playlists available here. Let's say I want to select the Playlist Academy. I select it. That's the URL right there. I can copy that. This is my playlist. It's a bunch of videos available here. All right. So let's say we want to do this one. So what we need to do is copy the URL from your browser's address bar. Your playlist ID is the part of the URL after list. See that? We've got a list here. That's my ID right here. So I can copy that and go back here. So we're going to select playlist or channel. You have these two options. In this case, I want to do a playlist. And then I'm going to add the playlist ID right here. And I'll be able to embed playlist in here, which again, it's not going to load until we actually load the page. All right. So that's for YouTube video as well as a YouTube gallery. Then we have a few more options in here. Let me see. All right. I'll give you one more, and then we're going to continue next week with the rest of these features right here. I don't want it to be too long. So we're going to check out this QR code in here as well. So the QR code, let me add another section here. The QR code is, if you want to add a QRC onto your page, is pretty straightforward as well. All you need to do is to configure it and set the link that you want it to point to. All right. So let's say, for example, we want them to be able to scan this QR code from the page and uh, go to our sold properties, for example, right? So these are my sold properties. So let's say I'm going to go to my exclusive listings. So these are my exclusive listings, for example. All right. So I'll take this URL and then I'll go back to the page builder, configure the QR code. That's my link right there. You can set the size if you wish, 150 pixels or more. You can again say where you want it to be oriented. So I'm going to apply that. All right. So let's say I think I can even put 100% if I want to. Yeah. So that it floats. On the right, I'm going to add some text, which is going to say scan this QR code to view our exclusive listings. I'm going to make it H1 apply. So that's a header 1. And there we go. All right. So let's save things. Let's go back to the page. I'll go back here, custom pages. That's our Vaughn properties. I'm going to load this again. All right. So we have our button, we've got our picture, we've got our form right here, we've got the video that we embedded, we've got the playlist that was embedded in here. And then we've got the scan this QR code to view our exclusive listings. If you scan this QR code, it's going to take you to the exclusive listings page right there. So we've got all of these available. Now, the final thing that I want to show you today, I'm going to show you how you can add this to the website's menu right here in the menu. So let's say I want to add it under the listings page, or let's say I want to add it under, yeah, let's just add it under the listings page here. So this is what we're going to do. So let's go back here. This is your URL. That's the link. I can copy this. And then we're going to go to website configuration. Down here, we can go to the main menu. Oh, I don't even need to copy it anymore. I'm sorry. We have a new feature here. That's great. So we already have all the custom pages available here, right? And that would be your Vaughn properties here too. So that's my custom page. So if I want to add it, all I need to do is to click plus, and I have the Vaughn properties available here. If I save this, go back to the website, you can see that the Vaughn properties appeared here, which is going to take us to this landing page that we built. If I want to move it under listings, all I need to do is to simply move this under listings. There it is, listings. I'll just move it, let's say, uh, right after featured listings, right there. Let's save it. Go back to the website, refresh. Under listings, we have Vaughn properties right here. So that's how we can add this to your page. Now, obviously, we do have more to talk about here. So we're going to continue the same topic next week so that we can continue further with the rest of the items. For now, let me see if I can answer some questions here. All right, so let's check out David's question. So thank you for being with us, David. Of course, so you've been using a listen to this article option. I've had to create HTML for a player and store the file in Dropbox. Example, that's the example right there. So we can check this out. Is this possible in a custom page maker? So let me just check that out. I would say yes. Um, I'm not able to copy the URL right now to check it out. I will definitely check it out. But uh, if you have HTML code for a player, all you would need to do to add it to a custom page here is this, the code right here. So let's say I want to add the player here in between. I'll just add the section right there, and then I'll put in the code. All right. Just paste your HTML code here and it will work. So I would say 99%, it will definitely work. So take your HTML code and add it using the code HTML element right here, which is going to embed your widget into your custom page. So the answer is 99% yes. You can please try it and let us know if that works. All right, so about adding them to your menu, I just showed you, so I hope this already answered your question. So basically, you have all your custom pages available. Where I went was website design, website config, and main menu. You can add your custom pages to the main menu from here. So as I just explained about that, so hopefully that you already got your answer there. Um, all right, in terms of fonts, is the text editor limited to one font? If I want to keep the gray bar and other color from news or custom news, I can find the color number. Go back here. So if we're looking at the text editor here, you can change the colors and you can change the formats. Now, the font is coming from the website font. So if I go back to website configuration, we have fonts here. So for the body as well as the headers. So whatever you use on your website is pretty much the same standard fonts that you select here. So whatever you have selected for your website will apply to the text in your page as well. And this is a standard practice because we want it to be the same fonts. However, if you insist on having a different font for that specific section, what you can do, which is a little bit technical, is that you can go to the source code and you can add a font here as well. Now, if you want to do that, the easiest way to do is to take this code, put it in ChatGPT, and ask ChatGPT to add a font for you to this HTML code, and then bring back the HTML code here and apply it to this section here, which is a little bit technical, but that's how you can do that if you want for a section here. Um, The next question is from Farhad. Thank you, Farhad, for your question and being with us. So, is there a way to have the menu bar on the left side of the page, such as the remarketer page? So, this is basically a um, this is called a dashboard format, pretty much. So, where you have tools and stuff on the left, and um, the content on the body. So this format is not used for websites. There are some websites who have like hamburger menus where they take away all the menu and items and then have it in the corner, which changes here if the screen size changes. So if I go here, you see now I have a hamburger menu, which has all the items there in the corner. But we don't have a theme here, which takes everything to the side on the side. That's not any one of our standard themes. The only options that you have are from these themes that are available here. Right now, there are 3 themes. These are major theme changes. All of them display uh, the the menu items. So on theme 1, we do have a left mini, which looks something like this. It basically places the oops, let's see. Well, it's not loading in my configuration right here. But again, it doesn't move the menu items. It basically moves the logo to the left, like this one. It moves the logo to the left instead of center, and keeps the menu items to the right of it. So that's again not what you're looking for. So unfortunately, no. Um, but we might have new themes down the road, which could have similar options. All right, so I hope I've been able to answer all the questions. Um, and I will stop here. As I mentioned, we're going to have another discussion next week for the rest of the elements, and we're going to dive deep into the rest of the elements and see what their capabilities are. So far, you have pretty much half the elements. And you can pretty much build good-looking websites with a little bit of more of an advanced touch to it. You know how to set backgrounds, and you know how to configure buttons, and you know how to configure QR codes, etc., on your landing page. All right, so I'll stop here. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and your week, and I'll see you again next week to continue the same discussion with the rest of the HTML elements available here. Take care until then.